Parents, who should educate young girls about puberty, the mother or the father? I have 3 girls ages 8, 10, and 12. Their mother walked out on us for another man when our youngest was around 4. My ex still stays in contact and pays child support. A few weeks ago, while doing laundry, I saw red spots on my oldest's underwear. I asked her if she knew about it. She cried and told me she tried to call her mom, but my ex didn't call back. She'd been stuffing toilet paper in her underwear, hoping that would work. I explained to her that periods are nothing to be ashamed of and found some great resources online for us to review together. I took her to the store to pick out brands of feminine products she may want to use. She picked Playtex Sport because she's a gymnast. After we were done, I decided I should do the same thing with my other 2 children. My 12-year-old volunteered to be part of preparing them, and we made a whole night of it. It was wonderful, and I learned a lot. I even learned what a menstrual cup is and how it benefits the environment. The other day, my ex called back. It's been a habit of mine to arrange a video chat and leave the room so they can have some alone time. And when they're done chatting, I'll come back in to talk boring co-parenting stuff like school, bills, etc. This last time, my ex was furious with me for talking about periods with the girls. She screamed at me, saying that I was sick and perverted. Why didn't I call her myself if I knew it was so urgent? I could have called one of their grandmas or aunts, but my mom has dementia, and her mom and sisters call me a loser because I teach kindergarten, so I'm not very fond of them. My ex told me I was being immature and should have just toughed it out for the girls. This really pissed me off. So, I answered back that maybe if she wasn't such a deadbeat and answered her goddamn phone once in a while, she could have handled this. I brought up everything she does that hurts them. She hasn't been to a single soccer game, piano recital, or gymnastics meet in 2 years. Every other weekend when they come home from her house, they go straight to their rooms, only to emerge hours later asking me why she loves her new husband more than them and what did they do to make her leave. My ex responded by saying I should tell them it's not their fault. I was unable to appease her, so I screamed, "Go to hell." She just smirked and pointed behind me, saying, "Look what you did." When I turned around, my 8-year-old and 10-year-old were standing in the doorway crying. It broke my heart. I never shout, so I know I scared them. My 12-year-old stormed in and started screaming at her mom. And while I appreciate her sticking up for me, this is not something I wanted her to get involved in. My ex hung up before I could fully de-escalate the situation. Let's just say the girls have been given free reign of the ice cream and limitless hours of video games because I feel so bad. I even watched all the Twilight movies with them. But was I wrong to go on a screaming match with the ex? It's been almost a month, and a lot has happened since then. Last weekend, the girls were at their mom's. After she dropped them off Sunday night, my 12-year-old asked to talk to me in private. We went into her room, and she showed me 2 recordings she'd taken on her phone. One was of my ex trying to convince them I was abusing them, and one was of her and her husband arguing about how much she was paying in child support. I'll be honest here, my cousin is a family court lawyer, and basically raked her over the coals. It wasn't pretty, but I was extremely hurt by the affair. I even got alimony. Anyway, my 12-year-old told me she didn't want to go to her mom's anymore, but she said she felt she had to because she's the oldest sibling and it's her job to protect the younger ones. I've always instilled this value in her since I'm the oldest child myself, but seeing this just made me even more upset because now it's a battle that no child should be fighting. She's also just started to figure out that her mom cheated. And over the past couple weeks, she started firing tons of questions at me about the timeline of their relationship, which I couldn't really answer. After showing me the recordings, she literally demanded I answer her, yes or no. Did her mom cheat on me? It wasn't easy, but I told her the truth with the promise she wouldn't tell her sisters. The way she cried on my shoulder was the most heartbreaking thing I've ever experienced, but she was catching on. I figured if she's going to find out, it should be in a setting where she's comfortable, and she should hear it firsthand. After she was done crying, I told her to email me the recordings she took, and I called my cousin. We've just started the paperwork, but my cousin is certain we can get my ex nailed for parental alienation. Since she got a promotion a few months ago, I should be able to renegotiate the child support payments as well. Most importantly, the recording should be enough to give me grounds for only supervised visits, which is what I want. I still want the girls to have a relationship with their mom, especially since the younger 2 still want to see her. I'm just going to have to make sure I'm present at all times when they're with her.